Hey guys, I'm in the most acoustic room I could possibly be in this house. It's Friday. Let me start over. Oh my gosh, the camera has been on for a while and I'm watching Brittany Broski clearly have only said like 5 words today, but if you don't know who Brittany Broski is, look up Broski Report and click off of this podcast and watch her podcast. She is hilarious and very intellectual, and I love her. That's what I've like gone into her like this past week. Like honestly, well, she popped off from a meme like I don't know how many years ago. I think during COVID, I've learned from her podcast. But you know those people where you kind of like, I don't know if I was jealous, maybe it was jealousy, like I just felt some kind of connection to her where it's like, oh, I could be doing that, or like she's where I wanted to be. So I guess she's really inspiring, but I was kind of jealous of that because I wasn't making any effort towards that, and that's where jealousy comes from. Let's look up jealousy. I'm also at a desk I found on the side of the road this time last year. Feeling or showing envy of someone of their achievements and advantages. But envy is different. Feeling or showing suspicion of someone's unfaithfulness in a relationship. Fiercely protective or vigilant of one's rights or possessions, of God, demanding faithfulness and exclusive worship. Okay, those are all very different. I want to set the mic down. That's what I also, this being the acoustic room, I don't want to hold it. Feeling or showing suspicion. Okay. Let's click on envy. Sorry, I burp a lot. Is it a burp if I don't open my mouth? I guess it technically is. It's a different kind of burp though. I should have a different word. Is there a word for burps where you don't open your mouth? Okay, I gotta see, I look up things and then I move on to the next thing. That's a problem. Is it still, okay, it still is considered a burp, but that's from Quora. Do we trust Quora, or do we trust burping with your mouth presently? Okay, I don't really care. What was I gonna say? Trying to not edit this podcast because I really like the natural flow of things. I like podcasts where it's not like editing this, that, the other, like where it's like quick like that. Like I like the chill, feeling the aura, feeling the vibes of the podcast. Oh, elephant around the room. See, I always come back to it. I'm by myself besides baby in spirit, but yesterday I was literally like, I'm not going to do the podcast. Like I was like, I'm gonna I can just take a break, like just not do it anymore. And then I kind of think about like I mean, like a hint of it, that thought like worried me, because then it's like, am I ever gonna do it again? It's gonna be just as hard when I do it later, or just like that's what, I don't like explaining myself that much either, and I've been explaining myself a lot in every single episode. So I'm gonna try not to do that anymore, but yeah, I was literally like, I'm gonna not do it or something, but I was just tired. I realized I was just tired, and when I'm tired, I don't think my best optimal self, and that is why what I want to help people become the best version of themselves. I said that one time in one of my psychology classes, and he always pointed to me or wanted me to say it out loud over and over again. I had him for like 3 classes, so. And like, he's like, what's that thing you say again? I'm like, become the best version of yourself. Okay. So, yeah, I want to help people become the most optimal self. I think we can. I think you have the ability to do that. Did I even start? Oops. I didn't even start recording on the microphone. Oh. I hope it's not bad. I mean, I did choose the most acoustic room possible, and I really don't want to start over. Even though the beginning probably not that best, but it's the vibes, okay? It's the vibes. And my vibes is on a roll, okay? I did put some notes, but it is chicken scratch. So, the first one I see on this page is I'm done with the apps. Not dating apps, I don't do that, but I was deleting a bunch of apps on my phone because I just like to clear stuff off. I was trying to play a game and I couldn't play any of my games. I would click on it, it's like you don't have storage or something, and so I deleted a bunch and then I was able to play my game. So I've narrowed it down to one game, Whole.io. I used to be addicted to it, but I also have all these food apps, and it's like it's helpful for when I need it, but I always have to like re-download it with the little thingy at the bottom where it's like you click, like it's already there, but then I have to like click and like wait a while. Like, I'm done with them. If I want to order food, I do it online. Haven't been doing that recently. But yeah, I realized a lot of people listen to this. It boggles my mind. And I even said it to my brother-in-law, who was giving me the advice about not to explain myself that much. I'm like, you're right. I was doing that, like explaining why I'm doing the podcast like a lot. He's like, do that once a year. And I'm like, okay. I haven't been doing this for a year, but yeah. What was I going to say? I don't know. Maybe you clicked off and clicked on Brittany Broski, like I said, because she's got it going on. She's got her own flow, and it's good. It's good. But I was just tired yesterday when I was thinking that I wouldn't do it. I've been painting a lot. I made these 2 ones. My mom named this one Breakfast Club. I like that name. She thinks it looks like a girl going like this. If you see it, you see it. And I kind of named this one like Lightning Love. Shout out my nieces for helping me do that. One. I really like that one. Okay, but this is chaos if this is your first time seeing me. I support myself. I wrote that down. I see clearly now. Soul searching. Self equals knowledge. Integral work. Above the bad. Royal. Oh. This is a notification from Etsy. I thought someone made it bought my stuff, but it's not. Yeah, I started an Etsy this week. It's called LucySimsArt, It's linked on my YouTube, but if you just look up LucySimsArt, you'll see it. I tried to put these bad boys up there, but it wouldn't let me yet. I need to figure something out. I don't know. But there's smaller ones on there. One of a kind. I know I mentioned like I want to do prints, but that's like a whole thing that I haven't figured out yet. So these are truly one of a kind, and I only have the pictures I've uploaded of them. I really like them. Everything I make is kind of one of a kind. What else did I write? Seen into the heart of things. So I guess this is stuff like I've worked on in myself, knowing thyself, in communion with self. You can make anything happen. That is all true. Stuff you can work on, stuff I have worked on. And stuff that's possible. Yeah, I've been busy popping out art like Jersey Shore at Karma, and that's a bar if you aren't aware of that part of history. Karma is real, and karma also exists in Jersey Shore. What do I want to say to the world? That's a question. Okay, Brittany Broski, she brought up the fear of death. And I've heard this from a lot of people. They just like fear dying. And I get it. I think that is, like, if you look up, I've like, in psychology, I used to have it saved to my desktop. I don't anymore, because have this to save storage. Should I save it to a bookmark maybe? I don't know. Let me just look it up. Is it intrinsic fears? Fear of death was the first one that came up. Okay. So, like, this is, like, intrinsic humanity level. Like, I guess, like, from the moment Eve ate that apple, this started popping up. Yeah, it says the most primal and universal fear experienced by humans. It says medium. Always gotta check the source. But yeah, like I mean, the next one's fear of failure and fear of unknown. These are like things we can't help. So it's kind of funny and ironic that we fear it, but it's literally going to happen. Like, we can't, like, not happen. This... For some reason, this got brought up with my 4-year-old niece, so if... Sister, brother-in-law, if you're watching this, we got deep, but... Because she brought it up, okay? Don't get mad at me. Talking about whoever died, and I'm like, you can't help it. Like, you are gonna die. But I'm like, you also kind of, like, never die. But that's kind of, I wasn't trying to go into that with a 4-year-old. It's kind of hard to explain. That our spirit, like, never dies, but, like, this physical body die. I didn't get into that. She's 4. And I'm not jealous of her. But we kind of never die, and we can't help it. Like, I said this last time, like, we're all gonna die someday. I love that song. And it can be scary, but you literally can't help it. So, and that's what Brittany Broski, she said that she wasn't scared about, like, what happens after we die. I think she was mainly saying, like, she was afraid it's gonna hurt. Which is understandable. Like, no one wants to get hurt unless you're very... sadistic's not the word. It's, like, what's the word when you like hurting yourself. Unless you're like that, but like I lost my train of thought. But I don't know, we just can't help it. I went on TikTok, one of the first things that came up was Nikki Glazer. She came up with a song. Can I play some of it? TikTok, Nikki. She literally has a song, and if you know her, I know you probably watched, well, I'm not going to assume anything, but The Roast, she was like the funny one. The girl. I've liked her. I've known her for a while. Okay, this is it. Can you hear it? Can we do... I've done your meditations, and I stay away from wine. I'm dreading plans I made last week when I was doing fine. Who is this time? Someday you'll die. Maybe that's her special stand-up special title. Someday you'll die. I was like, I mean, I really like that. I really like that mindset, and if it hasn't happened to you yet, it will happen. Can't imagine anyone has gone through, maybe if you're a baby, but like someone close to you will die. I've had that happen, and it was a complete shock, and changed the way I thought completely. I had to. I'm like, wait, you can just die at any time? Like, I was blessed up until that point for 16 years that no one that close to me had died, and I always felt I was like kind of like lucky. I'm like life's too good for some reason, and you know, God's like, okay, you got this. I think things happen like when you're prepared for it in a way. Like, I don't know. I was thinking about something yesterday. It's like, you know how, I mean, you can watch a movie one time and it hits you one way, and then you watch it again like years later and it hits you in a different way. It's the same movie, but like you were prepared to receive it the way you received it, and then you received it later again differently later on. It's just like we can only hear the words that we're like prepared to take, and the way I think that would relate to death or mortality, like it happens when it's time. I don't know. We just like can't control time. We can't control time, and I think God's timing always has a rhyme or reason and purpose. I don't know. It's just, I've kind of like never, I was about to say I've never been afraid of dying, but I don't think that's totally true. I think I just accept that I will die. Do I want to die right now? No. I want a family, I want kids. And I want to keep doing this. I was thinking like before like I was doing this, like I felt like I felt like I had a purpose, but I wasn't doing anything to like do it. Like I'm just like working, I don't know. I felt like I could be doing more. And I hate that feeling. Like you feel like you could be doing more, but you're not. Like I felt stuck in that area for a long time. And now I just feel more purposeful with my time. I feel like I'm not wasting it as much. I feel like I really like wasted a lot of time like thinking about things I wanted to do but not doing it. So I just want to help people, like, we have this life, we have this one life. I think reincarnation can be real, like multiple lives, but who knows? No one really knows. But so far we have this one life, and let's live it, make it right. What's the Hannah Montana song? Let's make it right. I don't know. But yeah, I think it was just, I keep having this theme of death, and I really like the, I think, again, Brittany Broski, you're really cool, I love you. She was just talking about how Ariana Grande and, like, having to, like, reintroduce yourself to yourself all the time. Like, you meet, like, a new version of yourself all the time, and you have to, like, reintroduce yourself. And I feel that way, too. Like, I've always liked the transitioning periods of life, like, change is, like, the only constant. I've also learned that from psychology class, so I haven't learned a lot from school. Just because I don't have a paper degree doesn't mean those years are wasted or anything. I have learned so much from school and retained it. But yeah, freshman year of high school, psychology class, change is the only constant. When I heard that, I'm like, you know what? You're right. You're right. Change is the only constant. And if you accept that, then it's beautiful. Like, we're always reinventing ourselves, and we could become the best version of ourselves. It's beautiful. It's a constant hero cycle. Have y'all heard of that? I'm kind of becoming a teacher. Things that were hard. I saw a TikTok right before this. Okay, why did a bunch of bikes come up? But, okay, the hero's journey. That's what it's called. But things we were hard or not good at, or kind of like a gift. Like communication, words, me. I took speech class as a kid. School's always been hard for me. But maybe I was meant to be a teacher in some way. That's what the TikTok was about. Okay, the hero's journey. It's a big circle. Upper part is known. Under part is unknown. Maybe I'll show a picture of it. Okay. I just burped and bit my nail. I'm not perfect. I'm human. Okay, it starts off with the guy in the cane and the backpack. Call to adventure. And then it points to supernatural aid. I'm just reading this off. I'm not really, like, explaining that much. Threshold, guardians. This is in a lot of books. I think the camera just stopped. 1 second. The battery's low. Oops. I was playing it for a long time and not, like, recording because I was like, I'm just gonna start talking when I want to start talking. The battery is low, though. If I had to just use voice, I would just use voice. But basically, you go through a whole journey, then you have a death and rebirth, and then you return as, like, a new person. That's pretty much it. That was pretty good. That was a pretty good summary. I'm like the, what's the thing I always used when I didn't read books? I don't remember. But we're supposed to go through death and rebirth, have this revelation, transformation, atonement, return, and then we have another call to adventure. And it's quite beautiful. That's the cycle of life. That's what Lion King was all about. That's what every movie is kind of about. And life is beautiful, and death is inevitable, and we should just accept it. Failure was the other one. Unknown. I didn't look at the other ones, but these are things that we have to experience in life. And it makes us a better person eventually when we go through hard things. So that is my podcast for today. It is beautiful. Life is beautiful. You are beautiful. And, you know, do what you want to do what you gotta do, and just be confident. I had that too, confidence, healing my confidence. Be confident in yourself, not arrogant, but truly confident that you are here for a reason, and blah, blah, blah. I love you all, and I don't know why the red blinking battery is like making me kind of anxious. I think I'm going to the lake later today, so that'll be an adventure I could talk about next week. And I love you all. I won't stop this. I was just tired, okay? I was just tired. Don't make decisions when you're super tired. Okay. I love you all, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day, weekend, week, life, forever. We're together in this, okay? Bye.